Riots and clashes with police broke out in front of the Serbian parliament in Belgrade when hundreds of protesters gathered to support a woman whose child died last year when the roof of a railway station in Novi Sad collapsed. The event centred around the victim's mother, Diana Hurka, who, in an act of desperation, began a hunger strike in front of the parliament building in Belgrade, demanding justice for her son and 15 other people who died in the accident. It's a disgrace for the Serbian police, a disgrace for the government. We will protest until the end, until all the students are released, until Vučić announces elections and those responsible for last year's tragedy are brought to justice. The demonstrators chanted the name Diana at supporters of Serbian President Aleksandar Vučić and the police officers standing behind the column. They blame the government for the collapse of the building and point to corruption and nepotism as the reasons for the negligent construction of the station roof. I see the solution to the problem in overthrowing this mafia regime. I don't know when that will happen. I know for sure that Aleksandar Vučić has entered his own minefield, and in a few days he will step on his own mine, which will blow him up. We cannot allow him to blow up the whole society. Supporters of the government set up tents in front of the parliament to prevent opponents of the government from approaching the building. The authorities want to divide the nation. There will be two Serbias, one on one side and the other on the other. I just hope there won't be any bloodshed. An independent commission of professors, judges and technical experts investigating the disaster told the European Parliament last week that it had uncovered high-level corruption that led to low construction standards and the hiring of unqualified subcontractors. I think the authorities' behaviour is scandalous. A woman who lost her son is on hunger strike, which is the most radical measure, and the police are currently allowing supporters of the authorities to throw pyrotechnics at people and are not responding to it. The last weekend in Serbia was marked by anniversary demonstrations and marches. Novi Sad was lit up by thousands of tiny flashlights on cell phones as a huge crowd gathered on the banks of the Danube to mark the first anniversary of the collapse of the railway station roof. Emotions are mixed. I saw many of my friends and that evokes pleasant, friendly emotions in me. But on the other hand, there are also negative emotions, emotions of anger, when we see the crime is promoted in this country under the protection of the regime and peaceful demonstrators are attacked. The protest movement, led by students, lecturers and opposition leaders, accuses the president and his populist nationalist party of corruption, inefficient public services, nepotism and restrictions on media freedom.